my dear Leos, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between January 16 and January 31st, 2018 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I want to wish you a happy new year and happy holidays for everyone that have a different calendar. And thank you so much for the year that just went by and for all of your beautiful, beautiful support. So I used the Chart of the Hidden Realm by Barbara Moore and illustrated by Julia Jeffrey. And I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open the deck here, I see Six of Wands and Page of Swords. Six of Wands, this is Leo in, no, it's the Jupiter in Leo. It's the victory card. It's about being a leader. It's about being a person that sets a good example for others. So you need to be very aware of this right now, because you also have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is like being a beginner with saying your truthful words. I have the sense of this being a little bit like it's being a little bit revolutionary for Leo to start to show this strength and speak your truth. So be aware, be awake, so you are totally aware of what is happening within you, and you don't lash out unnecessary, because remember that you are to set an example for others. Six of Wands is victory, it's messages. It might also be getting attention. So it might be that you get attention from someone that will speak their truth to you as well. Okay. Got a little bit of a cold, so sorry for my voice. So I call the divine with love and light, and here you have the King of Wands as well, together with the Six of Wands, and Knight of Pentacles obviously wanted to show itself as well. And so it again shows your leadership quality that you might need to show to someone that just starts practicing something. You can see they are building something there. It's a Pentacles, of course. It looks almost like yes, they are manufacturing something and thinking about it. So again, it says the same thing, that you need to show leadership qualities and be a good example. Knight of Pentacles is a person that's thinking of putting down their seeds somewhere and start growing them. So it might have to do with business. It might have to do with commitment, new cooperations between people. Maybe between you and an earth sign then. Okay, so I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world, and here we have an Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords, it might be you involved also with an air sign person. Eight of Swords is usually Gemini, but can be any air sign, of course. And Eight of Swords is a person, it's kind of the opposite to the Six of Wands. Eight of Swords is a person keeping secrets, not telling what they really think, feel, want, and so on, because they don't feel that they would be accepted. You can see this is a little bit emo looking girl here. So it's a person that wants to be their unique self, but doesn't feel like they will be accepted by society. So you might be dealing with a person that's a little bit revolutionary, rebellious, and still have this tormented act where they act like you don't love them for the person that they truly are. So beware of you not being this person. Try to be totally honest with who you are without being bitter if people doesn't accept you. If they don't accept you for who you are, it's probably this, that you are not supposed to continue on the road together. Sometimes we need to split, as Eckhart Tolle says, like oil and water, if we are not compatible. During that, we can have different timelines that we need to walk on. So Eight of Swords is a non-communicative person. Six of Wands is a straightforward communicating person. And it might be also that someone wants to have wordless attention. So they might be doing something that's a little bit passive aggressive to get Leo's attention as well. Okay, so I call the 6 elements, earth, wind, fire, water, spirit and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Leo viewers. And here you have the King of Cups together with the 6 of Wands. It might be that you have a water sign around you as well. A King of Cups is usually Scorpio. So you might have a person that has both earth, water and air in their chart, or you have this in your Leo chart. King of Cups it can also be a person in love. This is a person taking care of their soul family, lifting their soul family to new heights. So King of Cups together with 6 of Wands is a wonderful combination, showing a person being deep in love and or deep in care for other people, or having deep empathy for other people, and thereby having very good qualities of being a great king and a great leader. And it might be talking about you as well, again, and about your responsibility to show people how a person with a big heart should act and be. And it's a lot with truth. So it's something that you need to shoulder, like you need to take this responsibility. Okay, so I want my dear Leos to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationship. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So my dear Leos, I will just tune in for a few seconds here to your reading. It's still early morning, so it's dusky morning light, but it will get brighter after some time. Okay. Sorry. So Leo, second part of January 2018. This is your future. And this is your now, and this is your past. So in the past we have the World card, so it seems like you have been mastering something. Something has come to its completion. It's time for a brand new start. It's like you have worked for something for quite some time, and now you have graduated. You have kind of got it. I got it now. So you understand a thing of two about what you have been through and why you were through this certain thing and what you needed to learn. So it's like graduation. And the World card is also it's connecting, it's very connecting. So it's this with soul family again, and soul connection, soulmate connection. It might also be that you're ending relationships, a workplace situation and so on, just with the natural course of things. It's just like the season's ended and a new season is beginning. So it might be like an ending without the difficulty of sorrow. It's more acceptance of this ending. It's just like, okay, so this is how it needs to be. And this is in the now. So this is December, first part of January. This is second part of January. And we have the Four of Swords here. So Four of Swords might be a time of rest and contemplation and kind of downloading this knowledge that you have learned here in the past together with the World card. So Four of Swords is sometimes people not speaking or not being confrontative, at least towards one another. It's like a peace treaty without the negotiation. So it's something happening rather within a person than on the outside of a person. Sometimes it can be postponing things, dragging it out, like with the Eight of Swords as well. Problem solving that seems impossible. And here in the future you have a Ten of Pentacles. So the one that waits for something good might need to have the patience to wait, because here Ten of Pentacles is like a place of value. So it might be a new place of work for you, a new stable, committed a love relationship. This is almost like being married. It might also be buying a new house, getting a new apartment, or getting into some money or wealth by your own inner processes, with acceptance, like with the World card, and the Four of Swords, like this integration and putting all the pieces together. So maybe not making a plan, but just seeing the plan, maybe the divine plan. So the first card for you, Leo, here in the past, December, January, it's Five of Wands. So Five of Wands is a situation where you and another person, or you inside of yourself, doesn't really know what you want, or you know what you want, but there's different sides to you that wants different things. For example, you can want to stay at your workplace because it's good money, but your heart is calling to do something else, so you're becoming a little bit torn. But you see, it's like children playing and taking different branches of a tree, so it's about experience. Even conflict with other people, where different people have different opinion. We can do it like this. No, it's better if we do it like this. It's very fertile, because sometimes people will go with your ideas, and sometimes you will go with theirs, and sometimes there will be a conflict. And all those situations when we rub off on each other is very teaching. It's a very teaching experience. So it's connected to all the fives, and also specifically to the 14, the Alchemist card, where you learn about someone else's way of doing things. But if it's a split within you, maybe you love someone, but you feel that they are not good for you, so you might have your heart here envisioning something that they can see in the far off future, but you are here. You want to climb down from this tree because you want to find another tree. You want to find another alternative timeline with another person, because you decide that this person isn't good for you. So that's a split that you might have within you. And it's coming together with the 21 world. That's this ending or this closure. So it's like where to go from here. And here we have the Page of Swords. So it's something that you or someone else needs to talk about, or needs to tell. You or them needs to express themselves from the deep corners of themselves. So it's how you solve this kind of conflict. So this person will say, well, I see there's still possibility. I can feel it in my heart. I still long for this person, the heart says. And this little adventurous boy, he says, but I see something more exciting. I see something else that we could do. I feel the adventure in my veins. Okay, so this is how your different parts of you will start to communicate. And you need to listen to all those pieces of yourself, and then decide upon a road that you want to follow. Try to align yourself as much as possible. But it might also be that you have been in a conflict with a person and you want to sort it out, or you want to explain your side of it, or they want to explain their side of it. They want to tell you why they went on this adventure, or what they felt in their heart. So you can see those little entities there in the tree. So it's very young energy with these children there, and the page, that's also a child of air. So it might be that someone is practicing on talking the truth. It might also be that you have a different opinion together with someone that might be... The Page of Swords is someone that collects knowledge and then they speak about it, or they take an action. So it might be someone that's also... that you have a conflict with, that's overviewing you or overviewing your life. And here you have the Six of Wands again. So Five of Wands, Six of Wands. It's very crucial that you are this good example. So something might have happened during Christmas or during the first part of January, where there has been some kind of communication about conflict. And with the Six of Wands, it's also some kind of victory. Maybe you have been able to unify both head and heart, and the adventurous part and all the other parts with you in one singular motion. So it's like a decision has been taken and a momentum is starting to happen. you have found a direction. Maybe after a time of waiting. With the 21 World card, it's connected to the Empress. That's pregnancy, nature, growing. Things grows in its own accord. And we also saw the Four of Swords that will come. So this is very much actions, but then first it will be action, and then maybe first they might have been stillness, then action, and then it might be go back to stillness and contemplation again. So it might be people talking or communicating themselves, and then kind of digesting what the other person says. And it's a very good and awakened way of doing things. Instead of having an open conflict, we are discussing things together, maybe parting then and pondering on things on different locations, or like in your different body at least. And then you can come back and communicate again if it's a really hard matter, together with your most loved ones, or maybe partners at work, or bosses and things like this, that you have a meeting, you talk things through, and then you set another meeting. And during the time apart, you have some time to figure things through and maybe get brand new ideas about how to solve this conflict or this situation where people are dragging in different directions. But it might be also just going on within you, that there has been some kind of truth you have seen and you have decided upon one direction. So this is in the now, the second part of January, and here we have the Four of Wands. So you see this, it's Four of Wands, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, and you have the Four of Wands on the side together with the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords might be connected together with a possible other person that might have air somewhere in the chart, and you might be the fiery four. So one person might be a little bit more a loner, and the other one is more a social creature. So this might be two parts of you as well, one being more contemplating and the other one wants adventure and fun, and they want it now. So Four of Wands is also connected to houses and stability, foundation, marriage, engagement, stable love relationships, stable not workplace situation, yes, but those work situation where you really have this creative connection to your work and really burns for the thing. So you have 10 of Pentacles and 4 of Wands, so it might be that there comes some kind of commitment or some kind of new stability for Leo. Maybe you are going into a stable relationship, or as what I said before, with the houses and new jobs and things like that. So again, it's showing that this decision has been taken and you know now what you want. It's just maybe there needs to flow a little water underneath the bridge to make this happen for you. So, and really central here we have the King of Pentacles. So King of Pentacles, we saw the Knight of Pentacles when I opened. So it seems like you're a little bit off phase with a person. It might be an earth person, someone with earth in their chart. That's they are kind of the Four of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Careful, slow going, needs to figure things through, needs to think about things until they are gray and old. And you want something that's more stable. So it might be that you want a certain person to commit, but they have one idea, you have another. You want a husband or a wife, and they want to be friends. So it can be that big of a gap between people. And it's also when it comes to work situations that you might have gotten one idea out of this meeting that, okay, this is going to be so great, and the other one has more another idea. So it's a little bit set up for disappointment, but with the Page of Swords above this King of Pentacles, I think you are set on what you want. So anything that's is not resembling this, what you have set your eyes on, is not going to render an acceptance from your side. If a person presents something that's off course with what you want, you are probably going to say no. And the looking will start again. This where you have with the Five of Wands will start again, and this is a process. It's how you digest situations in your life and make new decisions. Whatever you are being presented with is being taken in and a new direction. So always this course change in direction. You might hope for a thing, like your boss will give you a great raise and make you a leader at this company, but they might think, oh, you could be junior something for a while, and maybe this is not what you want. So maybe you will move on to a place where you can find more prosperity. But the King of Pentacles is, of course, very prosperous. But Page of Swords, King of Pentacles is also a person being a little bit like easily overwhelmed. The King of Pentacles does live in as a castle with great walls. And they like to put themselves there and protect themselves a little bit from others. So we have a person that's a little bit suspicious and a little bit like an introvert. That's what I'm looking for. But the King of Pentacles is, of course, a very mature person, so they will be stable. They are not shy and gibberish like the Knight of Pentacles might be. They are more stubborn, so impossible to change also maybe their mind about things. But Four of Wands, King of Pentacles, it's like a marriage, but the Four of Swords, it's more like a singles energy. So that's why I'm talking about these different alternatives, so you can recognize your own life. And here we have the Magician, so it comes underneath the Six of Wands. So as I said, you won't accept anything that's not what you want. You have set your mind on something and this is what you want. So it's very, it has a great momentum, and it's you working with the law of attraction, being very truthful and honest about what you want. And the Magician is one, so pointing in one singular direction. Six of Wands is connected to the Lover's card, so it's about creation and harmony and love and partnership. And you have set your goal on something. You have decided upon how it should look, and you will recognize it when you find it. So I don't feel so much of the Magician's manipulations here. It's just together with the Page of Swords, but it's still this truth. So I'm not worried about the Magician in this case, because it's not like you're manipulating people. You just want what you want. You're not trying to make them do whatever it is that you want. If they don't present the things that you want, you will move on probably with this momentum here. So it's like a little bit of a weighing point with this two very different force, but it's air for fire force, so it might be very fiery, because oxygen and fire is a mix that might be very passionate but burn quickly. So it might be aggression, even though it's this peaceful card here. Yes, we have the Three of Swords and the Emperor, so it might be Three of Pentacles. It might be like a masculine person here in the mix that's very fearful of a broken heart. They want to work together with you, but they fear being left out in the cold. And Temperance. Yeah, so this is someone that you probably needs to, they are totally not like you. They are more careful, more planning, very scared of everything that looks like pain. So this might be like we joke about you males when you have a cold, and we say that, oh, it's a man cold, because males that get sick, we have this joke that they are not very tolerant with this disease. And it's the same with emotional pain, not very great in tolerating this. So this might be a person that needs to work on their toleration for pain and hurt, and still be able to be like the bigger person, the Emperor. We have the King of Pentacles. So both the Emperor and the King of Pentacles is talking about someone being able to take responsibility for their group, and being a husband, being the leader. So it might be you, can also be an Aries person or an air person, or earth, very set on avoiding pain. Okay, so that's why you have this pull in different directions. So I don't think Leo here is very, usually many of you won't be very afraid of pain. You want this, you want the thing that can come out of life, the adventure that can come out of life. So you know you need to bet a little to get some. You can't stay in your room and expect life to be wonderful and full of mysteries. So this is the future, and we have the Two of Swords. So 5 of Wands, 4 of Wands, 2 of Swords. It's like someone is putting an ultimatum. You have a lot of cards. 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords is Libra. So it might be some situation where there's need to be apologies, or someone needs to listen to what you have to say, or you need to listen to what another person has to say. And it might be coming in whispers. I feel this Leo energy with this straightforward communication and all the fire, and then this other more shy energy that's kind of just gives hint and maybe passive-aggressive messages or very shy messages. I think I felt this for you maybe in the beginning of December as well, that you had this very shy entity sneaking around, and it's the Page of Swords. Is a little bit like stalking, but maybe from afar, from a safe haven. But with the King of Pentacles in the center, I think also Leo is becoming rock solid, and also you are able to build this castle for yourself. So you don't need to, you can find safety in your own home. You don't always need to have social situation and adventures with others. You can thrive in the place of your own home. So maybe you have learned this from this other person. And if you are cross watchers, so it might be the other way around as well. Applied as it fits. And here we have the Moon card. So it's again talking about what we saw underneath the 4 of Swords, that there's a masculine entity. It might be like a feminine that has very masculine qualities, or a masculine person with very masculine qualities that's very fearful of their own emotion. They think that if I go down there, maybe I never will return. So it's a person that's avoidant of their emotions. They are wanting to keep balance. They don't want to have any pulse. And Leo wants pulse. So it's like you have met a person or dealing with a person that's very different from you. And they are almost like pulseless, emotionless, staying frozen until they die. While Leo are moving very hasty forward to their adventure. It's looking a little bit wobbly, but I feel the Leo energy is rather strong here anyway, and stable. We'll see with the last card. It's Page of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, King of Pentacles. Okay, so you're taking this seriously with being this good leader with the 6 of Wands and the Magician. You are going to be your natural self, but you're also accepting someone else to be their natural self. So maybe you're able to be very diplomatic, maybe not like this, more diplomatic around other people, and show your core in a way that maybe the other person can also trust to start to show their core. And when you show each other your core, you show each other vulnerability. You kind of show your throat. Like when wolves are making acquaintance and showing each other the throat, it's like it's trust, and it's also like bending a little bit for the other person, saying, okay, so I will give my power up for you because I want to trust you, because I want to build bonds with you. We have a person here that's not very trusting, and this person can't probably build a relationship that well, because they are this shy person, withdrawing, keeping secrets, the Moon being secrets, Page of Swords being the truth. So secret might be revealed, but it's like a person doesn't want to. I feel this hesitation in every step, while this other energy, it's much more like, but we are our natural self, come and play. So it's two very, very different energies. So I'm guessing it's you and your partner, and you need to figure out who's who here. But there's a conflict. People want to communicate, but they are more stalking you than actually communicating with you. But because of great pain, they will more and more grow towards their natural self. And one day, probably, they will be able to tell you that they want something stable with you. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. We have the 7 of Pentacles in the between. So that means time of waiting. So there's might be commitment and stable love relationship for Leo on the horizon, but your person that you're with is very slow, and or it's you that's very slow and cautious and so afraid of your own emotions. Apply it as it suits you. Okay, so I'll take a card for you from the Wisdom of the Divination Oracle cards. Co-create. Yes, so you have a little wisdom owl there. I think you have got this before, or some sign has got this before, and it's exactly this situation. For most of you, this will be Leo, sitting here and wondering, why are these owls so darn shy? Why doesn't it come and play? And it sits there on the string. I can't even reach it. So you see the face on this cheetah. It's very wondrous, and this owl here is just like, well, I'm so totally in my own space, and don't even recognize that you are there. So it's like, but we were having an appointment to meet and play, and the owl has maybe forgotten or going into the mist. But we have an egg there, and we saw this with pregnancy flickering through. So it's something that wants to be born. The owl just needs to be ready to come and play. So it might be an air sign that you're dealing with, or someone with air and earth in their chart. We have a lot of kings coming, so it's showing that people are maturing to their fuller self. You also have the World card showing the same thing, and some tens, the very prosperous feminine tens, showing that there's calming fruition. It's just that you are in a little bit different mindset right now. So I'll read this card for you, co-create. Number 40. Okay. Creativity, art, inspiration, fruition, manifestation. You may not consider yourself a creative person, but in fact you are creating your reality every moment of every day via your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, intentions, and actions. Yet you must consider that you do so in partnership with spirit, consciousness, God, or whatever name you call the higher power. And also other people, of course. And I think Leo is very used to being creative and just fixing things, you know, being great problem solvers and just new adventures every day. But it might be that you're co-creating now with someone that's more slow, as we saw. You are a spark of this intelligence that works through you, nudging you with inspired thoughts and intuitive guidance. Connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening up to new ideas you would never have come to you on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is the extraordinary being looking back at you? So I'm thinking you're mirroring yourself in someone else that maybe is a little bit more wise, like they are not the fool just jumping into things. And maybe this is what Leo needs to learn. You can take on any project, like even like something that's broken, or like a company that's going south, or a person that doesn't have the best personality skills. You just think, oh, I can fix it. And maybe you need more of the owl's wisdom and, you know, thinking things through before you jump and those things. So it might be that you mirror yourself in a person that actually have some qualities that you need to take in. And you have qualities that they need to take in. So you need to be a good example of this, with how you can create in very healthy ways without it being dangerous, which the owl might think. Okay, so Kuan Yin Oracle card for my dear Leo viewers. Okay, so Sisters of the Sacral Spiral. I think this is a very good card for you, Leo. I will read it for you. It's this with the soul family that I felt when I shuffled the cards, that is something cooking for you. It's just that it's taking a little bit of time. So the higher plan that has been lovingly prepared for you is like a beautiful tapestry coming into view, thread by thread. So you can't see the big picture just yet, because you're just one of these threads making this beautiful plan ready. There will be a moment where suddenly the pattern becomes clearly visible, a preparation finally showing itself in effect. The time for acknowledgement and celebration shall happen soon. The Four of Wands being a celebration card, but the Two of Swords putting some smudge in the puddle of joy, okay? My weaving hand is steady, sure and swift, and the threads of your life are rapidly taking shape to reveal my most beautiful divine plan for you. So you will have what you want pretty soon. It's just some delays due to maybe you need to make a choice, or maybe someone else is making a choice, or maybe you're just dealing with someone that's shy and afraid of emotions or afraid of pain. Okay. So my dear Leos, I hope this helped. I want you to take really good care. I want to wish you a happy new year as well, since I'm doing this on the 28th of December. I also want to tell you about my web page, www.queenofcupstarot.se for Sweden. So you're welcome to check it out. Okay, bye bye.